FC tonight in USL Pro action on a very warm night here in Oklahoma City. Jack Dammer with Mo Borm as the Energy hosts their second game here at historic Taft Stadium after a 2-year, $12 million remodel. And Mo, as we found out last week, the crowd was into the game. We had a sellout crowd. Expect another sellout crowd here tonight as well against a very good St. Louis FC team, a new team in USL action. But let's go back to last week real quick. A really great atmosphere to open up this stadium.
Oh yeah, it was outstanding. The atmosphere from the public was brilliant. It lifted the players. The players for at 75% of the game felt it was a very, very correct result at the end of the day. Even though we did have a 15-20 minute second half sort of lapse where they came into the game, but then you're always going to get teams that are going to have certain parts of the game. But I felt we certainly deserved the win at the end of the day.
Oklahoma City, the Energy come into tonight's game, the only undefeated team in the Western Division in USL Pro, but that's a little misleading. They've only played 3 games. Some other teams have actually played 7 games so far this season, so they're a little bit behind some of the other teams in the number of games, but still, they're undefeated. It's a start Jimmy Nilsson, the head coach in his second year for the Energy, wanted to see from this squad.
Oh, I'm sure if someone said at the beginning of the season, your first 3 games, you've got 2 away and 1 at home, and you're going to come out with 7 points, I think you'd snap their hand off. I mean, they've done well. They played very well. I didn't think that a couple of the players I thought looked a little bit nervous last week, but I'm sure that was because of the occasion, the crowd. It was quite unique. I mean, I've been involved in soccer a long time, and it was quite electric. Yes. In saying that, we could have had the storm as well. So I didn't mean that as a pun.
Right. We had a 45-minute delay last week because of weather. Tonight, no such case, as it is very warm here. Mid-80s today here in Oklahoma City. This will be the first time this team's played in this heat all season long. In fact, St. Louis has basically practiced in winter weather since the start of the season. They had a couple of scrimmages postponed, including one against the Energy that was basically snowed out. So they come into tonight with a record of 1 win, 2 losses, and 1 tie on the season. Losing last weekend at home against Rochester. This is a young club, first-year club, one of the new first-year clubs. They'll get the kickoff tonight in White Mo, but again, it will be a tough challenge for the Energy.
Yeah, I'm looking at their bios, and very young side, all 21, 22, and 3 or 4 of them straight out of college. So, yeah, it's going to be a test for them tonight, but I just hope that we can lift ourselves and show the pressure and the enthusiasm that we showed last week. Certainly in the first 30 minutes, even though we did go a goal down against the run of play, I felt that we had all of the first 30 minutes, and then they came into it a little bit. Then missing the penalty didn't help, but that happens in soccer. So
yeah, sure. St. Louis will have the kickoff. They will be moving from north to south or from left to right on your monitor tonight. There is no wind to speak of tonight. There was last week. Tonight that will not be a factor. And William Tomlinson, our referee from Dallas, will get us underway here tonight in the second home game for Oklahoma City here at historic Taft Stadium. Opened back up in the early 1900s and played home to professional soccer in the 80s. And here we go back to action for the Energy as we are underway with St. Louis. A long ball quickly in, and it will be headed out and played at midfield for St. Louis as they bring it down, and now the Energy intercept, and they will possess the ball. They will start, the Energy will, as Michael Thomas has it. He will start on one defensive side as well as Peebo Due, the other defensive side, as the ball comes up across midfield, and it will be brought down by the Energy, and now headed back into the defensive third, and finally headed back to the St. Louis keeper, Mark Pace, who actually played his collegiate ball at the University of Tulsa, and he's starting his 4th game of the season back in net. Actually, right below us, Mo, we're actually, if you look on our monitor, you can't see us right now, but we're directly behind Mark Pace in the black jersey and black uniform as the ball comes to midfield for St. Louis, possessing it now to the right side of the field, to the near side, to the touchline. It's brought down by Hardware and stolen by Peebo Due, and actually kicked out, and it will be a throw-in. That was actually Nick Bibbs who was on possession for St. Louis, and Peebo with nice defensive play as he gets it in now to Chuy Sanchez. Sanchez tries to find his forward but can't, and the ball goes deep down to the corner for St. Louis and finally knocked out, and it will be a throw-in for Oklahoma City deep down. Basically, this could be a corner kick, Mo.
Yeah, and we've got, I think Michael can do quite a decent throw. Or is that? Well, it's Campanile, isn't it? Campanile's coming in, and so he must be a bit of an expert at long throws.
Energy very successful on the long throw, and watch this. They have everyone inside the box.
Yeah.
And here it comes, headed down. Energy with a chance, and it's knocked away nicely by St. Louis. Actually, it went off the post, they're going to say, for a goal kick for St. Louis. I thought that might have deflected off of the keeper Pays, but it went off the post.
Yeah, Casey came in, got over the top of it. Did well to get over the top of it, actually, but hit the post and it went out of play for a goal kick.
So here is St. Louis back on the attack quickly down the field, and Campanile tries to clear it, and it's going to have to be headed out by Newton, and actually headed back now, and finally he's able to use his hands. If you're not familiar with soccer, keeper cannot use his hands if it's passed back by his own player. In that case, it was by Van Campanile. But then it came out, they can pick it up if it's headed or any other position of the body besides the foot as elbow to Evans, but we're going to play on here. St. Louis wins possession at midfield. This is Mike Ambersley on the ball, and he sends it down deep, and Douay will just clear it out.
Yeah, it looked a little bit harsh there. I thought the referee might have pulled that up, and because if he lets tackles go too early in the game, people think, oh, I've got a license here to kick people. So I always think it's better that the referee, I don't want him to come in and be heavy-handed, but I do think if there's a tackle that's a bit iffy, then they should pull on it. And I thought that was maybe a little bit suggestive.
And Evans was in the air too, so he had no way to protect himself.
No, that's right. Yeah. And it takes a lot to knock him over, so
yes, it does.
He's built like a tank.
Goal kick for the Energy, first of the night, and here is Evan Newton playing his fourth game for Oklahoma City. He's played all 90 minutes in each game so far. Energy have elected to stay with him so far through the first 3, now 4 games, as the ball is headed around and finally cleared out by Cyprian Hedrick, second-year player for the Energy. Has played very well defensively for Jimmy Nilsson's squad. Actually named to the USL Team of the Week the first week of the season after his performance in Tulsa in a 1-1 tie. St. Louis has played Tulsa this season on the 2nd of April, and they actually defeated their only win of the season 2-0. The Energy, meanwhile, in their first game of the season, tied Tulsa 1-1. Energy now with possession. This is Michael Thomas. He'll send it, and it comes all the way to the far side to Van Campanile. Now to Douay. Douay looking down the field, but not long enough. And there is Sam Fink for St. Louis. Here's Parker Mall into the middle. Nice tackle by the Energy, and they will let it play. Here it comes to the wide side. Energy have numbers, 3-on-2 right now, coming down the right side. Crossing in the middle, and no one there, but it's cleared by St. Louis and out for a throw-in as Sam Fink comes in to clear it.
And have you noticed, Jack, that the 3 front players with Casey Townsend, Danny Koenig, and Sebastian Delgard, they're changing very quickly. 1 minute Sebastian's in the middle, the next minute Casey's in the middle. So I think that's just really so that defenders cannot pick up and say, well, I know that this is my player.
Here's a cross by Douay, and it goes out for a goal kick for Oklahoma City. Looking at our screen, Mo, we are directly behind the net. For those watching on YouTube, we are in, you see those 2 boxes, suites. We are in the one next to the OKC banner at the top, very top. They have yet to finish the press box here at Taft Stadium. A few of the things not yet finished in this remodel. We'll be in there mid-season, but again, we are set up behind the net, which in a way is an interesting view.
I would call it an eagle's nest because when it gets down to the far end, if you remember last week, we couldn't really see what had occurred when the goal was scored.
Right.
Because there was a melee of players, and it was 125 yards away from us, so it makes it very difficult to see, especially with the mist and all that was there last week. But the view tonight is
spectacular.
By far, yeah, spectacular.
This is an AstroTurf surface, brand new. It's only been played on, obviously, once last weekend. This will be used, like we talked about last weekend, Mo, for football during the fall season for the Oklahoma City Public School District, who actually owns the stadium. And then, of course, in the springtime for high school soccer, which we're getting ready to go into the playoffs next weekend for high schools in Oklahoma. And then, of course, the Energy will be the other tenant of this fine facility. Here is St. Louis working in the middle of the field. So far, the possession has been mostly the Energy, Here's St. Louis with a chance. Sending it down the left side near the touchline. Here's a cross coming across, and it's actually a bad one, but knocked away by Michael Thomas inside the box. Here's St. Louis with a chance. He goes down. No whistle, though, right there. There's no foul there, and the ball comes back out. Here's another chance by St. Louis, and a shot wide left of the mark. Not a very good shot that time by St. Louis, and it'll be another goal kick.
Yeah, I wouldn't class that as a shot, actually, Jay. I think he caught it on the corner of his boot and sliced it way over the top of the tent. So it's a goal kick to us, to Energy.
You know, it was really an electric atmosphere here late in the game last week, Mo. The Energy so far this season have won 2 games, their last 2 games at Colorado Springs. And, of course, last weekend a little hip check that time by Danny Koenig. And it will be a whistle on our first foul of the night goes against the Energy. But speaking of Danny Koenig, the last 2 games he's won it for this squad. 1 goal in stoppage time in Colorado Springs, and then that late game goal last weekend against Seattle.
Yeah, and the longer he keeps it going, the more he'll believe in himself. And you know, it's always good for a striker. If you're scoring one goal a game, that's exceptional. You know, I think that, you know, he's been a very, very good signing. In saying that, when you got Carl Gregg sitting on the box as well,
yeah,
great pair of strikers. So, you know, if one comes out, the other one can go in.
Jimmy Nielsen liked the way he played last week. You know, they have a different style than they did last year, Mo, with the speed up front that they have. Sebastian Dahlgaard, Koenig, and Casey Townsend. He wants, obviously, to use that speed, and I thought he worked well last week using that speed against Seattle, who had a lot of Major League Soccer players out on the field last week. But, again, they were able to control them and set the pace up front with their speed up front. Yeah,
I definitely think that, you know, you talk to any manager, and the first thing he asks you about a player is he quick? And nowadays, speed is the biggest asset you can possibly have. Casey's coming down the line now.
That's a great pass all the way down to Townsend, and it's knocked out off of Michael Thomas, so it will be a throw-in for St. Louis in their defensive third. No score here in Oklahoma City. We are 9 minutes in. St. Louis deep in their own possession, deep in their own third, I guess I should say, and it's kicked out by James Musa. It'll be a throw-in for the Energy at about, let's call that, what is that, Mo, about 30 yards out?
Yeah.
Throw comes into the box, and Koenig could not put a boot on it, and St. Louis trying to clear it out. Here's Oscar Gasecki.
That looks
His
a good
pass
ball.
all the way up to Jamil Hardware, one of their top players up front. They've scored 3 goals on the season, St. Louis has, but they only have 1 player in the lineup tonight that has found the net, and that is Brian Gold, number 8, you'll see, wearing number 8. He is the only player on the starting 11 that has a goal. The other one on the bench, Jeremy Lynch, 2 of the 3 goals. St. Louis working the left side of the field. So far, nice defensive pressure this time by the Energy, and they take it away at midfield. Here's a nice pass down to Sebastian Dahlgaard giving chase, but he's going to let it run, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be a St. Louis throw. You see the shade overtaking the field here at Taft Stadium. Keeper pace looking right into the sun. Energy controls after the throw-in, and the ball's knocked out. Actually, we're going to get a whistle and a foul called against St. Louis. That's going to be called against Greg Cochran. And the first foul against St. Louis gives the Energy a set piece from about 35 yards out. See what the Energy can do here, Mo, on the set piece.
Yeah, they've got to go back post. I think they've got Cypriot and Danny at the back post. And they're the 2 big boys. And if he can put it over there in the back of the 6-yard box, that's the dangerous place to put it. And he's done that's great.
Sanchez with a head ball by Michael Thomas down, but right at the keeper, Mark Pace, and he comes up with the save.
That was a good free kick. That's the worst thing in the world is a keeper hates is it at the back of the 6-yard box because he's got to run backwards. And trying to catch a ball running backwards is very difficult.
Here's a misplay by St. Louis, and Koenig almost got to it, but Pace quickly gets it out. Mikey Lopez now with the chance at it. Lost control of it, and St. Louis back on the attack. Greg Cochran with it. And he will send it back to James Musa. And the ball's at midfield. Cyprian Hedrick trying to gain possession and falls down.
He fell down 3 times, and twice of them I think he was assisted.
St. Louis working right in front of the Energy bench. Ball down the near touchline. Down deep into the corner. And Energy with a double team. Let's see what they can do. Ball lofted up into the box and headed out by Hedrick. And here's Casey Townsend. Back to his defensive line, and now Michael Thomas. Looking for Koenig, but he can't bring it down, and St. Louis has control. Beautiful night here in Oklahoma City, Mo. Can't complain about this weather, unlike last week.
You can't indeed, no. Especially after, it's amazing. 1 week it's horrendous, and the next week it's fabulous.
Hopefully it'll stay fabulous tomorrow. A lot going on here in Oklahoma City. A lot of people in town for the 15th annual Oklahoma City Memorial Marathon to honor those victims of the Oklahoma City bombing back in 1995. Here's a shot and a goal! Chewy Sanchez puts the Energy on the scoreboard. First 13 minutes in, Mo.
I've got to say, though, Casey Townsend's cross was measured. It was brilliant. It was away from the keeper, edge of the 6-yard box. Keepers don't like to go outside that 6-yard box. That's their little domain. And it was right on the edge of it, and he came steaming in and was very brave, got in. That's a great goal. Very good. But all the credit, although Sanchez put it in, Townsend's got to take a lot of credit for that.
Chewy's second goal of the season. Townsend's first assist this season, and the Energy up 1-0 here at home. Early on in this game, only 13 minutes into this match. Last week it took them, about 39 to 40 minutes to score, Mo?
Yeah.
Tonight they have really controlled possession of this game. And now they're on attack again.
Touch.
Here is Dewey into the box, and
he pulled him
Sebastian Dahlgaard wanted to grab, will not get that one. It was
he shouldn't have stopped. He shouldn't have stopped, though.
Exactly.
I mean,
he had a beat.
He'd already beat him, but then he stopped thinking he's going to get the free kick, and now we've lost it and we've got a goal kick. But I've got to say, really, Sebastian should have just kept going.
Mm-hmm.
And if the referee's going to give it, he'll give it. But I think
pro level that'll be hard to give.
Yeah, but I think he could have got to the ball.
I agree.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. He gave up on it too easy, right?
Yeah, he did.
Headed up by St. Louis, 1-0 Energy with the Sanchez goal and kicked out by Dewey, and it will be a throw-in at midfield for the guys in white. St. Louis, coached by Del Schilly. This is an expansion franchise, of course, in USL. Several expansion teams, and this is one of them. They're in the Eastern Division, so the Energy will play 2 teams of the Eastern Division, this being one of them, and Louisville being the other one.
Do we play them twice?
Twice, one here,
one
there,
one
yes.
home.
Yep. Here's another chance by the Energy. Koenig looking far side to Townsend. Townsend will slow it up, and it comes back out wide to Michael Thomas. You'll see Michael Thomas and Peebo Dewey move up a lot from their defensive position. That's what Jimmy Nilsson wants. And St. Louis takes it away. Greg Cochran's been everywhere so far. Parker Mall on the ball, and up to Jamil Hardware. Ball comes to the middle field, and a foul by Mikey Lopez as he ran down the back of Brian Gall. It'll be a free kick. Actually, I say Brian Gall. It looks like it's Mike Ambersley. Yeah,
I think that was given one for the team there. He'd already beaten Lopez, so he really was a professional foul. And, you get that in this game.
16 minutes in from Oklahoma City. Jack Damrell, Mo Borum with you. And here's the free kick by St. Louis. Cleared out by the Energy. There's a chance again.
Getting a lot of room down this right-hand side. I mean, whoever the left back is, he's having a nightmare.
Here is chance for Koenig, and a nice save by Pace. Koenig with another chance. He can't get control of it, and it goes out for a goal kick, but another excellent chance for the Energy. Started again by Casey Townsend. This time Koenig with a chance, but a nice nice job that time by Pace. They're going to say it went off of St. Louis for a corner.
I think you've got to score when you got the keeper. He's standing just the keeper to beat, but keeper did well. To be fair, he stood up, stood his ground, got big, and got his foot to it. But I would have liked a goal there.
So here's a chance for Oklahoma City on the corner kick. They're going to say it went off of the keeper, and Koenig did not touch it. So here is the corner. Lifted top of the 6 and cleared out by St. Louis. Now won back by Mikey Lopez. Hard-fought play there. Here's Sanchez again. Back to Lopez, who will kick it in, and it's cleared out. And actually won back by the Energy again. Mo struggles for St. Louis defensively.
I tell you, they're ripping the left back. They're killing him.
Here's Townsend. He goes down. No call. And it's cleared out for a goal kick. And Townsend wants a call from the assistant referee. Did not get that one. That was close, but they're going to give it a goal kick.
Referee's gone over to talk to him.
Energy will be on the road next weekend, Mo. They're in Austin, Texas before they come back home.
That's on a Friday night, I believe, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep.
Ball won at midfield by St. Louis. Yeah, we talked last week, Mo, about how you were concerned about Thomas and Dewey moving up. Jimmy thought Nilsson, the head coach of Oklahoma City, thought they played well moving up and moving back, and that's the way he wants them to play. Yeah,
sure. I just felt that I think that Michael Thomas puts a lot when he comes down the right-hand side, which he's shown already twice. All I was saying was that I just think that, for me, I'm a bit more defensive-minded maybe than Jimmy, and that's how you're going to win games, is to attack them. But I just felt that people weren't covering Michael Thomas when he went forward. We should have slid over. Sip should have slid over. But, you can pull the team to pieces. Anybody's the greatest critic in the world. That's a great ball by Gaz there, Gareth Evans.
Looking for Sebastian Dahlgaard, who was just a couple of yards offsides.
That must have been tight. But
not arguing, so.
No, but I tell you what, the two wide men, Townsend and Sebastian Dahlgaard, they really are getting behind the fullbacks, and that seems to be the combination at the moment. They hit balls down the line, and they're looking in trouble all the time.
Free kick goes right to Newton. Newton had 4 saves last weekend against the Seattle Sounders 2. Here's a long pass down the field. And this one will be cleared out by St. Louis just to get rid of it. I think they're noticing quickly, Mo, the speed up front. Dahlgaard, Koenig, and Townsend. Although this was Chewy. Sanchez trying to work the line.
And I like the way that they're switching around. Danny Koenig and Townsend and Sebastian Dahlgaard. They're all flicking around. 1 minute Dahlgaard's in the middle. Next minute Koenig is, and it's confusing them a little bit. They're not knowing who to pick up.
Ball is stolen by Oscar Gasecki. But Energy win it right back. Working around the midfield area. Here is Gareth Evans. Second-year player for Oklahoma City, as well as Cyprian Hedrick. Five players on the field for the Energy returners from last year. And here's a clear by the keeper Pace, and actually not a good one. It's cleared out by St. Louis. It'll be a throw-in way down way down in their offensive third.
Yeah, it wasn't a particularly good kick by the keeper. I mean, he put the lad in trouble, and he didn't know who was behind him, so he just went to slide in and kicked it out, almost gave us a corner.
Here is Michael Thomas.
He does a fairly long throw as well.
Gaz was double teamed and cleared out by St. Louis. Nick Bibbs on the clear, and another throw in for the Energy wearing their home greens. Thomas again will take the throw.
See now, look, two people pick him up, Gareth.
Here is Dahlgaard with a chance. Ball is loose in the box, and Pace out to get it.
A bit unlucky there. He turned and just didn't catch it. But it was a great effect, idea, but just never contacted on the ball.
First Fidelity Bank is proud to be an OKC Energy FC founding sponsor with 22 metro locations, mobile banking and mobile deposit, and free ATMs worldwide. We go where you go. Visit www.ffb.com to find out more. 1-0 Oklahoma City. 1-0 with the lead. 23 in from Taft Stadium in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Townsend. Oh. And that's an errant pass, and here is St. Louis with a chance and a long shot as the keeper Newton was out. Jamil Hardware saw Evan Newton all the way to the top of the box and tried to chip it over him from midfield, but just could not get it on target.
Yeah, Casey made a real boob there. He thought he was playing it into the midfield area, and there was no one there, and they snapped on it, but fortunately the guy, oh, that's a good ball.
Here is Peebo Due down the side. Ball comes into the middle, cleared out by St. Louis again. And Compernol defending Hardware. And cleared out on a foul called against St. Louis as Lopez is clipped from behind. And now quickly in.
Garrett's trying to chip the keeper from the halfway line.
I was wondering what was going on.
Yeah,
in the world?
I don't think. I think he's been watching the guy who scored the goal against Chelsea.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
What was his name for Stoke?
St. Louis working it out of their defensive third and now at midfield.
Sorry, Charlie Adams. That's
Charlie Aldo has it. And here is Due. Now we got our picture back. Here's a chance. Energy with a shot. Sanchez. And the save by Pace. I thought that might squeak into the corner.
Yeah, I thought it might just sneak in. But he did well, actually, the keeper. He got across and got his body behind it and got down to it. Did very well.
I'm kind of centered right on the post, so that's why I was thinking it was going to sneak in.
I think it was wishful thinking, Jack.
Yes, yeah. Not much on the shot as far as condition or strength. And here's a dangerous play at midfield. It'll be a free kick for St. Louis. Lopez got his boot up a little high into the face of an attacker.
I thought he had his foot up, but I didn't think there was an attacker putting his head in the way. I just felt his foot was high, and it was high. I just wonder whether was it dangerous to anybody. I didn't see anybody that close to him, but if you put your foot up, you and show your studs, that the referee gives a free kick.
Yeah. And this is driven out of bounds by Greg Cochran, who's on loan from Chicago, joining the club the other day. Not happy with some of his players up front, and he telling them he didn't have anyone to pass to.
Yeah, the players up front really haven't really shown that much, really. And he's playing two lads up front. It's not like he's playing a lone striker. He's playing two. Although I do think that it's very successful with us playing three. I didn't think it would be, but with us playing three strikers up front, it can keep the defenders busy.
Here's a chance for St. Louis. Newton comes out and actually has to come out of the box. Clears it, though. Here's a dangerous play and finally knocked out by Sebastian Dahlgaard.
Yeah, he did well there from a defensive point of view.
Newton came all the way out of his box to defend that and tried to clear it, but his clear was not very good.
Yeah.
But fortunately, there was no damage done. Eat, drink, and play. Kickapoo Casino, Hara and Shawnee, 2 locations just 30 minutes east of Oklahoma City. Kickapoo Casino, get rewarded. Ball up into the air, headed out. Energy back on the attack in their offensive half. Here is Michael Thomas, captain for this squad for the 2nd year in a row. Gareth Evans comes to the near side to Due.
He's got a great touch, Delgado.
Here is Sanchez. Flicked into Lopez. And the ball won by Lopez, but now they're going to say the ball's out and a throw in for St. Louis and a little bit of
argy-bargy there.
Yeah, after the play.
Yeah. Well, Mikey threw the ball away, didn't want him to take it while he was off the field.
Yeah.
And the guy took a little bit of the hump about it.
Disliking to that, huh?
Yeah.
Yes. Nice job by the referee, William Tomlinson, though, to
he
kind of
handled
just say,
that.
hey, guys,
Yeah,
calm down.
That's right. He handled that well.
Yes.
Normally they go ballistic.
Yes.
So that was good.
Keeper pace back on it. We're nearing the 30-minute mark here in the first half. Really, this game's been dominated, Mo, by the Energy.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. I mean, I can't honestly say whether Evan has had a shot yet to save. They've had a couple of shots that have gone wide and high and low, but nothing that really bothered anybody.
Here's a
That's
cross,
a good cross,
but headed out by Michael Thomas. Nice. Nice clear by Thomas as that ball came sailing across the top of the 6.
Yeah, the 7. Who's that? Where is he? Jamel Hardware. He looks quite dangerous when he gets into that last third of the park. He gets past defending. Peebo's done well to contain him.
Here's another clear. St. Louis, several chances here. Ball goes far side again. And here is Marr with a cross, and off the top of the crossbar. Stays in, or does it go out? No, it went out for a goal kick.
I think looking at the way Evan had his arm up, I think he knew it was over the bar. I'd like to think he did. I'm sure he did.
Good crowd on hand again tonight here in Oklahoma City, Mo.
It amazes me, you look at the stands with 5 minutes to go and it's empty, and then you look up again and it's packed.
Yeah.
They must all come in on the same bus.
Or they were at the same tournament you were at, correct?
Yeah. That was a busy tournament today. Red Earth started at sort of 7:30 this morning, and it was very busy.
They always have several hundred teams in that.
Oh yeah,
tournament,
200. Yeah, 200, and they were using Edmund as well.
Yes.
And they were using OFC as well. So there was two fields being used, and they played about 10 games during the week. They played a couple of games on Monday, couple of games on Wednesday, couple of games on Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oh.
Thomas tried to get his head down in there, and that was a dangerous play on him, actually.
Yeah, although his head was down, wasn't it? It was low, I sometimes wonder.
Below the belt, that's when it becomes.
If you put your head down there, you're bound to get it kicked. It's when you're not bending that I think the referee gives you it.
Here's Hardware again, tripped up. They're going to play on, though. Here's Douay.
Just keep him going backwards, Peebo, yeah.
Keep him going the same way the ball is, right?
Yeah. They're starting to get back into the game, though, now. They've had the last 2 or 3 minutes and kept the ball away from us.
I think they've tried to short this defense a little bit with Fink and Musa. They've been beat several times.
Yeah.
Ball comes into the box to Hardware. Looking for a shot.
He's done well there.
Here it is. And he gets it past Newton for a goal.
Yeah, he did very well. Is that the 7?
Yep.
Yeah, he's the one that's been given he's the problem.
Jamil Hardware with his first goal of the season ties it up at 1 here in the 33rd minute. He went around Cyprian Hedrick and just put it low into Newton's left side, and he ties it up. All right, we're back on.
We're back on.
Sorry about that.
No, are we?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah. So we're back on. Just got our microphone knocked off. But Hardware with the goal. And headed out, like you said, you called it, Mo. They were controlling the action for the last several minutes and ended up getting the
finding
the net.
Yeah, they were getting on top. You could see it. And as I said to you, the 7 looks as though he's the danger. And he did. He picked it up on the edge of the line and went all the way through virtually.
Jimmy Nilsson will not like that. Huh? His defense had been playing so well, and Hedrick went down to the ground, and Hardware kind of made the move around him. Have to find that mojo again, right?
Yes, indeed, yes.
Ball's out for a throw-in for the Energy right in front of Jimmy Nilsson. You see the benches right there. They have these bucket seats that they have this year that are just tremendous for the players and coaches that are not playing. Part of the neat feature here at Taft Stadium. And Koenig and Sebastian Dahlgaard in the same area, and the ball goes out for a throw-in for St. Louis.
Yeah,
they look a little out of tune right now.
Yeah, I think they've just lost their tempo a little bit now. We've just got to pick it up again, get back on hitting those balls wide to the wingers.
35 minutes in from Oklahoma City, 1-1 our score. Marr comes across midfield, sends it down the left wing, and knocked out for a throw-in, deep down into the corner. Here's a cross again, and a near miss that time by St. Louis again.
If he'd have contacted that, he'd have taken the net out.
Easily could have gone up 2-1 on that one.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And a misplay that time, and again, the Energy really out of sync the last 10 minutes, Mo.
Yeah, we seem to have just lost our rhythm, and just can't. In fairness to St. Louis, they've come back into the game and it's put us out of stride.
Here is Due. He will let it run out for a goal kick.
You know, what we were doing in the first 15, 20 minutes was hitting balls into the corners on either side of for the wide men, and they had no answer to it. But we've stopped doing that. We've stopped hitting balls wide to Casey and Delgado.
Here is Michael Thomas, switches the ball all the way across, and Due can't quite bring it down, but a nice play up to Koenig, and a whistle and offsides is going to be called against Danny Koenig.
Bit late, wasn't it? Especially where it is and where the goalkeeper challenged. It was in the box when he blew.
Hedrick brings it down, and here it comes to Van Compernal. And he clears it to the far side of the field, and it goes out of bounds near midfield for another throw-in. Townsend not even close. Van Compernal, like we talked about last week, Mo, the only one on this starting 11 without professional experience, straight from the college ranks.
Yeah.
And the ball should be out. It is for a throw-in.
We've got to start playing those balls down the line. What was that for?
Referee's going to bring it back a little too far up for the throw-in. He wants it back behind midfield, and so we'll try it again.
Only gained 30 yards.
Only 30?
Don't see a problem there.
You know, that became a point of emphasis for referees several years ago when a goal was scored at the MLS ranks when they took the throw-in from about 40 yards down the field, and it actually cost, I believe, Seattle got the victory, or it was against Seattle. But again, it was really became a point of emphasis to make the throw-in or take the throw-in as Michael Thomas's cross goes up over our heads. Really to take it in the vicinity of where the ball went out, just for that same reason, because it really gained an advantage for the squad.
Well, I mean, you watch all the teams now. They're always trying to steal 10,
yes,
and they get 10, and then they want another 5.
Yeah.
You know, and if they don't stop it, if they don't stop them moving forward, they're always moving forward.
Right, and it's only going to get worse
if you don't put a that's right.
Right now, St. Louis playing with a man down, and I believe Hardware has gone out of the game to have his ankle looked at. So St. Louis will not make a substitution at this point. electing to play with 10 men until they can determine whether, I'm not sure whether he's hurt or whether he's just getting retaped. Mo, I did not see him go down.
No, I didn't even see him go off.
Yeah, he went off during a play down here.
Yeah.
39 minutes into this one. We'll go by Chewy Sanchez for Oklahoma City, 13 in, and Jamil Hardware with his first goal of the season, 33 in to tie it up. Here's a long pass down. And it's cleared out by Fink at midfield, and Dewey takes over. Energy will reset, and they'll play it out from their defensive third. Hedrick looking for Koenig, but a little bit too high and far. And here is Parker Mall. He will send it down the line, giving chase. Ambersley cleared back up, but knocked out, and it actually went out. It will be a throw-in for St. Louis.
I felt there he should have turned there and give it to the keeper. He tried to play it down the line, and it bent out and came back in, but it had definitely gone out.
Throw comes in.
Got to win that.
And Energy take over. Gareth Evans in his new position this year as leading that midfield right in the middle. Last year was in the middle of that defensive line.
Sure.
And this year they elected to move him up and move Michael Thomas, who played where Gareth was. Moved him back to the defensive line. And here is Michael Thomas. Sends it across and headed out for a corner. Energy will go quick. Here is Sanchez. Ball to the far post. Is loose in the box. And Sebastian Dahlgaard wants a foul. He's not going to get that one. And here is St. Louis back on the attack as Hardware was back into the game. Parker Mall. Cochran will send it to the far side. And Dewey with a little razzle-dazzle in the corner. At least he saves a non-corner kick. It'll be a throw-in deep down into the corner. Here is St. Louis with a shot, and it's off the post right in the middle, and a put back and score. St. Louis with another goal goes up 2-1.
Great strike by the lad who hit it first, and then the follow-up, and we had no one even near him.
Mike Ambersley with the goal, I'm being told, for St. Louis, his first goal this season. Oldest player on this St. Louis squad at 32 years old. Gives St. Louis a 2-1 lead. And just like that, Mo, you called it from about the 30-minute mark. Energy really have looked energyless.
Yeah, they did. They just seemed to have suddenly deflated. I mean, I was just amazed that they were buzzing and looking busy and hitting balls behind the fullbacks. And then all of a sudden, they just stopped doing it.
Here is Hedrick up to midfield. Koenig can control it. That's it. You know, for the most part, we have not called Danny's name a whole lot so far tonight, Mo.
Koenig, no.
Here is Dahlgaard with possession. Double teamed, will have to slow it up, and looking for Dewey, and overshot him. And the ball has to be played back. And a miss hit by Hedrick goes all the way down to Pace. 43 minutes in, 2-1 St. Louis. Here is Fink, and that will sail out of bounds for a throw-in. Up to Lopez, has it knocked away. Gets it back, though. Here's Dahlgaard. Coming up on the end of the first half. Should not have too much stoppage time, at the most maybe a minute. Here's Gareth Evans right at midfield, looking long and headed out by Bibbs. Here is Sanchez into the box and pushed off the ball, and St. Louis wins it. Headed back in by Van Compernal to Lopez. He taps it over to Douay. Now to Dahlgaard. Ball is ricocheted off of Cochran. Here's Sanchez. Final minute here in the first half. St. Louis with 2 goals late. Here's Douay. Dahlgaard getting down the line, trying to find the box. And again, it's won by Bibbs. Here's a chance for the Energy. Douay. And he's double teamed. But here's Koenig again, top of the box, and his shot is knocked down. And here is Hardware. Energy, a lot of pressure here in the final seconds. Dahlgaard again, double teamed. And the ball's won by St. Louis. Energy trying to mount something late. Here's Evans looking for Koenig. Overran it. Here is Lopez.
Give it wide.
And he does to Thomas. Back to the middle to Evans. We're in stoppage time. And a shot right at the keeper pace. 2 minutes of stoppage time will be added. St. Louis at midfield. Cochran to Bibbs. And it comes back to Fink. Douay intercepts the pass, and here is Evans. And he has it tackled away. Brian Gall with it now. Comes back to the edge. Here is Hardware. Sends it down the line. Just outside the box, into the box. And here's a shot by Gall, and could not get a good foot on it, and taken by Evan Newton. Quickly out to Michael Thomas. Let's see if the Energy can put one more attack together with about a minute left here in the first half from Oklahoma City. All the way across. And it comes now to Lopez. Lopez looking for Sanchez, and now here's Douay. Douay with a cross, and it's not enough, and cleared out by Musa. About 45 seconds left, Mo.
Yep. Yeah, don't.
Here's the throw all the way in. Koenig overruns it, and the ball will go out for a goal kick. And that will be halftime as the referee, William Tomlinson, signals halftime, and we've completed 45 minutes here. St. Louis with 2 goals in the final 15 minutes here in the first half, and they lead the Energy, Mo, by a score of 2-1. A good start to the half, but then not so much late in the first half.
Yeah, we let the game go after 15 minutes to go. We were sort of sitting there playing, and I just felt that, you know, you could see the game drifting away from us, and seems to be some controversy there. Is there? Or?
No, I think the coach Dale Schilly just wants explanation to something maybe. Well, we are at halftime here in Oklahoma City. St. Louis FC with a 2-1 lead. We will take a break and come back with the second half. You're watching Energy FC TV.
Here we are.
Welcome back, everyone, to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Jack Damerel, Mo Borum, Energy FC, and St. Louis FC. 2 late goals by St. Louis, and they find themselves on the top side over Energy FC 2-1 as the Energy scored first in the 13th minute thanks to a Chewy Sanchez goal assisted by Casey Townsend. Sanchez picked up his 2nd goal of the season. And then St. Louis responded back in the 32nd minute. Jamil Hardware scored his 1st goal of the season. And then Mike Ambersley on a deflection scored his 1st goal of the season and gave St. Louis the 2-1 lead. Mo, what did the Energy have to do in the second half in order to turn what was a lackluster final 15 around?
Well, they've certainly got, all of them have got to pick themselves up, and they've got to push forward. Because at the moment, I think they're just going through the motions.
Mm-hmm.
They're just stepping back, and what we did in the first 15, 20 minutes, or what they did in the first 15, 20 minutes, was they got balls wide, and they got down the line, and they used Casey Townsend and Sebastian, and it looked dangerous. But now, I mean, the last 15 minutes, I thought it looked awful. So they've got to pick themselves up.
St. Louis had 7 shots in the first period. Oklahoma City had 8 in the first half. St. Louis's keeper, Mark Pace, had 4 saves, and Evan Newton is credited with 1. And the Energy had 2 corner kicks. St. Louis did not have a corner kick in that first half. The Energy will kick off to start the second half, and I should point out, Mo, that the St. Louis FC, not really a second half team per se, as they will make a sub to start the second half. They've given up more shots in the second half by their opponents. The keepers had to make more saves than the opponents in the second half. And so it's they're actually going to make a substitution. It's going to be Jacob Bouchou who comes into the game. And I'll have to see who he replaces.
Is that the lad that you'd said that one lad had gone off with a knock and they were playing with 10 men? Is that the lad that's gone off?
I don't believe so. So we'll have to see who. We'll have to see who. So he went in for Nick Bibbs. Okay.
What number was he?
13.
13.
Yep. There you go, Mo.
Oh, and he weren't a bad. He did quite well actually in the latter part of this first half.
So here we go, second half underway. Let's see how the Energy respond after giving up those 2 goals. They started the game very well and kind of died out like Mo said. And here is Hedrick, and he's going to let Newton come out and make the play on it. And it goes all the way back to Evan, and now Gareth Evans has it into the middle. It comes now far side to Michael Thomas. Lofts it down the line. Won by the Energy. Here's a chance for Oklahoma City, top of the box. Koenig with it. Has nowhere to go. And it's won and cleared out by St. Louis. And goes out of bounds for an Energy throw-in at midfield. Energy with it. You got to get Danny Koenig into the game, Mo, and here he is into the box and goes down, but no call.
Yeah, I think
and Mark Pace out.
I think it was more of a slip than a push. But yeah, you're right. We've got to get the front guy in, Danny Koenig, in the game, and I think Delgado's got to come. Sebastian Delgado's got to come into the game more. I mean, he's got a lot of talent. But he disappears in 20-minute spells, 15-minute spells.
Here's St. Louis. Here's Hardware, and tackled from behind by Hedrick. It'll be a foul and a free chance for St. Louis from about 35 yards out.
Yeah, didn't really need to. All he needed to do was stand his ground there. But he's tried to win it through the player, which is crazy.
A quick restart for St. Louis. Here's Hardware. Sends it down into the box. It comes across. A chance for St. Louis. Ambersley to Hardware. And it goes off of Michael Thomas out of bounds for a corner kick. I think that was instinct by Thomas, or else that ball would have been going out for a goal kick, but it
Yeah, I think
ricocheted off his foot.
I think Michael misjudged it. The guy, the 7, mishit it, and Michael was just there, stuck his foot in, and it went off for a corner.
Here is Brian Sieskolka. And cleared out by Thomas. And Dahlgaard has it. And has it taken away. Hardware has been all over the field, hadn't he?
Yeah, this guy's the one that's causing us the damage, the 7.
Missed kick that time by St. Louis, goes out for an Energy goal kick. Admiral's the official sportswear supplier of OKC Energy FC. Wearing your Admiral shirt tonight, Mo? I am.
Indeed I am. Oh, my Admiral. I'm wearing my Energy. Yeah.
At midfield, we're going to play on after that foul. Here's the advantage, and it's won by the Energy. And a tackle, dangerous tackle, but we're going to say the ball went out, and a quick throw in.
A foul throw as well.
Pretty close, wasn't it? Hedrick's pass up, cleared out. And Van Compernal brings it down. Looking for Sanchez. Energy really can't put together some good possession, Mo.
No, we seem to be weaker on the ball. I mean, they're pushing us off the ball. They're stronger than us, physically stronger than us, and I've never seen that before. I mean, normally we compete quite well, but we're getting pushed around like with school kids.
Pace will clear it out. Ball bounces up and finally cleared by
Compernal.
Van Compernal. Nilsson quickly up and quickly gets that to a player. I think that's more frustration than it is. And here's Evan Newton all the way out, down to the corner of his box, and he'll play it up.
Yeah, what we've got to be careful of is that we don't get impatient. I mean, if we go another goal down, that's not going to be good. We've just got to be patient and keep trying to build up on it. We're trying to play stuff too quick at the moment.
Still a lot of time.
Yeah, I mean,
40 minutes left to go in this
yeah.
game. Soccer, you got to remember, is a patient man's game, isn't it?
Yeah, it is indeed. Yeah. I mean, if you start pushing players forward, getting a little bit impatient, and they get in behind you, and that's when they score the goal that kills you.
Mm-hmm. 2-1, St. Louis with the lead. 51 minutes into this one. Energy trying to get something going. Edge of the box. No foul called as Sanchez was brought down.
He's let a few fouls go. You look at it and you think, well, sure, that was a foul. But they are quite physical and they're getting away with it.
Mm-hmm. Energy will reset with Newton. And now Van Compernal. Looking down the line, but not strong enough. And a whistle and a foul called against Oklahoma City.
See, I didn't see any difference with that, with the tackles that they've been doing, and to me it doesn't seem like, I don't know. I'd say if St. Louis was the home team, the referee's a homer. But it's I'm just amazed at it. That should be the keepers.
I definitely know he's not from St. Louis. He's from Texas. So.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
All right.
I've roughed with him many times. Here is Gareth Evans. Hedrick. And his pass is going to be stolen. Actually,
yeah.
Dewey comes over nicely to kind of slow it up and will actually win the ball nicely. Wow, he's really improved, hadn't he, Mo?
Oh, he's been outstanding, yeah. And I think he's played quite well. I think Sip's not having such a good game today. He's giving the ball away 3 or 4 times in bad positions,
Mm-hmm.
And when a defender's giving the ball away, it's normally in the defensive half, and that's the worst place in the world you can give the ball away. So, you know, he's got to start getting a bit tighter to players.
Nice chance that time by the Energy, but Pace out to haul it in. Here's Hardware again.
This guy's...
he's incredible, isn't he?
Yeah, he's had a very good game.
Thomas has to give it to Newton, and that's a dangerous play. Finally cleared out. St. Louis wins it at midfield. Koenig with it. Ball is still loose, and finally won by St. Louis FC.
Yeah, it seems at the moment if there's a 50-50 ball, St. Louis are winning it.
St. Louis again, working around Thomas. And the ball ricocheted off of Thomas, off a hand not called. Evans right there, and Evans able to clear it. Lopez looking for Sanchez, and he's not there. It goes out.
Our balls are 5-6 yards away from the player we're aiming at. It's, you know, we're just not very accurate with our passing at the moment at all. We're giving a million balls away.
And Jimmy Nilsson getting ready to make a substitution. He's going to bring some players down. He's not happy with what he's seen over the last, what are we at now, Mo? About 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Since the play has kind of taken on a lackluster performance. Here is Dewey. Into the middle comes to Lopez. And it comes back to him, and now to Van Compernal. Over to Hedrick, up to Michael Thomas. And Thomas's pass goes out of bounds.
That's terrible.
Just not working with enough sideline, and he tried to scoot it around the boot and instead kicked it out. Here's an interception by Koenig. Let's see if they can put something together here. Middle of the field to Lopez. Lopez comes to Casey Townsend, back to Michael Thomas, to Evans. Kyle Gregg's going to check into the game. Lopez. Here is Dahlgaard. Dahlgaard, edge of the box. Looking for a pass, sends it across, and no one there. Just over the head. Energy still with a chance. Here is Michael Thomas. Edge of the box. Changes directions. Ball is sent out. Here's Evans now with it. And it comes over to Van Compernal. Long pass across the field to Townsend. Up to Evans. Evans with some room in front of him. What's he going to do? A little indecisive, it looks like, once they get down here inside the offensive third. Sends it high up across and out. It will be a goal kick for St. Louis as two players will check in for the Energy. It will be Kyle Gregg, one of them, and Omar Daly, the other one.
Our final ball is poor.
Let's see who they'll replace.
Sebastian Delgado will go off. He's one.
Mikey Lopez is one.
Mikey Lopez, yeah.
And let's see who the other one will be. Do we know who the other one will be?
Is it Delgado, Sebastian Delgado?
I believe it is, yes.
That would be my.
Yep. So Kyle Gregg, you still have a lot of speed up front. Omar Daly.
I think Omar Daly will just take a straight swap for Delgado, and he may push now. He may push two up front with Kyle Gregg and
Danny
Koenig.
Yes. 57 minutes into this one. 2-1 St. Louis with the lead. Thomas. Up to Townsend. Looking into the middle to Koenig. And it's too hard. And right there is Mark Pace, former Tulsa Golden Hurricane. And the pass knocked out by Townsend. Energy on the road at Austin next Friday. before they return here to Taft Stadium on May the 9th against the Los Angeles Galaxy 2, and a foul at midfield against the Energy. That'll bring Jimmy Nilsson up off the bench, but I think he and James Ritchie will talk strategy instead of probably arguing the call. And now the referee wants to have a word with Gareth Evans.
See, that's what I never understand, Jack. I don't know. He's walking straight towards Gareth, and he stops and moves away, and then tells Gareth he's got to come over to him. Why don't he just walk up to him and talk to him? I never understand that.
So here's the free kick for St. Louis. Into the box, headed out by Peebo. And cleared out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in.
Yeah, Gareth's getting frustrated as well.
Only goal for the Energy in the 13th. Van Compernal gets stepped on. Ball is won by St. Louis. They're really controlling the midfield, aren't they?
Yeah.
Here's a chance. Ambersley looking for goal. And it's cleared out by Thomas. Up to Evans. And knocked away from Kyle Gregg. You know, St. Louis really settled down after the Energy controlled the first 30 minutes.
Yep. And they're
really
playing
played
balls.
well.
Yeah, they're playing balls in the feet, and they're getting behind.
Here's the chance. A shot taken. And knocked away by the Energy.
There's a chance.
And here's a chance for Koenig.
See, now there's a pulled shirt. He's pulled his shirt there, and he hasn't seen it. He's done it twice.
And now the AR caught it, and now a foul and a yellow is going to be coming out.
Good job the linesman, the assistant saw that, because the referee had let it go the first time, and then he did it again.
And now they're going to discuss who should get the yellow card. Koenig had him beat and was pulled, not down, but the jersey was pulled enough to bring him off the ball, and so a yellow card has been issued. On
14, was it?
14, James Musa.
Musa. Yeah, James Musa. Yeah.
So James Musa picks up the first yellow of the match, an hour into it. So the Energy will have a chance here. Lined in there and cleared out by St. Louis. And now two players going after it down in the corner. Danny Koenig. So frustration really starting to settle in.
Yep.
Although we have a long way to go, and here's...
The referee called it back.
Yeah, he wasn't ready to go. He's trying to settle down, and they're still going after it. Danny Koenig is the Energy player in the mix. Can't see who the other player is, Mo, from our, again, we're on the other end of the field, so it's tough to see from our vantage point. And, of course, on a night like tonight, Mo, I forgot my binoculars.
And I did too, so I do apologize. I'll bring them next week. Yeah.
So here's a throw into the box, up into the air, headed up. And nice play that time by Dewey. Sent across, and no one there. A goal kick for St. Louis. 63 minutes in, 2-1 St. Louis with the lead. Their only victory coming in Tulsa on the 2nd of April, 2-0. Energy trying to remain undefeated in the Western Division. Still, though, not in first place. They have 7 points. There are several teams who played many more games than we have. And Evans throws someone down. Brian Gall. And that will be a free kick for St. Louis.
Yeah, but they've moved it forward about 10 yards now. It happened in the centre circle.
I think he'll bring it back.
My bet is he won't. What do you think?
Well, he's pointing. Where's he pointing to?
Yeah, he should go back. You're right, Jack.
Game's kind of turned ugly a little bit.
It has indeed, yeah. It's just now it's...
So St. Louis just below the center circle. And now the referee over to talk to the assistant referee.
Obviously the coach has said something.
Well, they had a conversation at halftime that did not go well. And so now we're ready to go. I'm sure he wanted a card on that maybe against Evans.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Yeah. Here's the ball into the box, headed down. Ball still kicked around and finally cleared.
Oh, that was a foul.
And Thomas able to clear it out. Townsend, does he keep it in? No, he does not. But they say it went off of St. Louis. It'll be an energy throw-in. And now we have an injured player for St. Louis here in the box, and I believe that is Hardware. Jamil Hardware with the first goal for St. Louis. This will be a time where both teams will head to the benches to get a quick word from their coach as they tend to Jamil Hardware, who was laying injured. Looked like he may have gotten a Charlie horse in that right thigh.
Yeah, that's what I think he did.
Every USL regular season and playoff game will be streamed live on YouTube in 2015. Features include DVR chat and social media interactivity. Subscribe for free to the OKC Energy YouTube channel today. You can also follow OKC Energy FC Soccer on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Trainer out will tend to Hardware still. Follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider. Join club conversations and have a chance at exclusive giveaways. More than likely, St. Louis will have to sub Hardware out if he's injured this bad. This is going to add several minutes on in stoppage time. Next home match for the Energy, May 9th against Los Angeles, and then they're on the road a couple of weeks to the Great Northwest, to Seattle and to Vancouver. So over the next 3 games, you play MLS teams, Mo, and then you go to Sacramento, the defending USL champs.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't get
Don't get any
easier, does it?
No. And that really, I mean, that's going to be a bit of a punishment for St. Louis, because he's been their best player, the James Ardmore. If he's out, that could give us a chance to get back into it. And yeah, and he's obviously he's made the substitution, so there's someone else coming.
Yeah, Jeremy Lynch will come into the game for Jamil Hardware.
What number is he, Jeremy Lynch?
Number 9. So now we're back to action, and a push by Michael Thomas. He got away with a definite push, and we're going to play on.
Yeah, we've got to be careful that we don't get too petty, you know, because it is getting a little bit rumbustious now, to say the least.
Omar Daly with the throw. And St. Louis takes over. Dewey once again steals it for Oklahoma City. Ball comes near side to Michael Thomas.
Oh.
switches fields and now comes back to Van Compernal, just outside the circle to Cyprian Hedrick.
Yeah, and they're getting everybody behind the ball now. Whereas before they had a couple of players up, they're now getting everybody back and they're quite happy to sit on the lead, which I can understand totally.
And a long pass just sails between Casey Townsend and Michael Thomas, and it'll be a St. Louis throw-in as Jimmy Nilsson ready to make another substitution.
Yeah, we got to keep our cool because we mustn't get frustrated. We just got to keep doing the things that we do well. And I feel that would be that we get down the sides on the line, get wide, and get crosses in.
Michael Harris comes in, I believe. Is that Michael Harris? Yes, for Peebo Due.
Yeah, I don't understand that substitution.
Unless he's pushing one up into the midfield and going with 3 in the back. Here, you have about 21 minutes to go.
Yeah, that could be the what he's doing, but then I don't see why Peebo couldn't just be one of the 3. So I don't really understand that. I don't understand what he's done there.
Harris comes in. He does have the long throw for the Energy, a flip throw, lined into the box and right at a St. Louis player who chested it down, but can't catch up to it, and it goes out for an Energy throw, and again he'll take it. Although I'm not sure how effective the flip throw here is, Mo, because he doesn't have a lot of room on the sideline to run.
No, and it doesn't project any height. Whereas when Campanile took it, he was getting it way into the box. That's a good throw.
That's not a flip throw, but right at the keeper Pace, who went up over Koenig to bring it down. Evans. And now here is Sanchez trying to win it back. 2-1 St. Louis here in the 70th minute. Brian Gall, 6'3" for St. Louis, tallest player on the field. Parker Marr into the middle to Gall. Switches directions, looking now to the middle. Gets it back and hits it right off of Evans. Here's Michael Harris out of Seattle, Washington.
It's not a good ball. It's
playing with it defensively, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, playing it across the back, we've got to get it forward a little bit quicker.
Chested down.
That's decent.
Here's Kyle Gregg. Plays it to Townsend on the wing. And back to Thomas.
Doing a little bit better now. They're keeping the ball.
And
it's a corner.
Townsend drives it out off of the St. Louis player for a corner for the Energy. They really need to get Danny Koenig into the game. USL Player of the Week, Team of the Week so far this season. Has scored a couple of game winners the last couple of games. Has been kind of quiet tonight.
Yeah, he has been very quiet. But then, more credit to St. Louis because they've really, kept him quiet.
Here's a chance. And the shot off the mark for a goal kick for St. Louis. And they will make a substitution here coming up.
Yeah, with 20 minutes going, I feel sure they'll be putting another defender in.
Thomas touches it right back in.
Oh.
And, that looked like a dangerous tackle by Chuy Sanchez.
He went in there. I thought with studs up.
I did too. No call. Is here St. Louis now. Working it down the near touchline. Just outside the box. And a foul is called.
No way. He hit the ball there. That was outrageous. Oh, dear. I don't know whether I'm watching a different game at times. He caught the ball, didn't he, Jack, or did he?
It was tough to see. I don't know. This is going to be right on the edge of the 18. And here's the kick. Evan Newton knocks it down and picks it up. Wanted to hurry, but had no one up there. And now we'll toss it out to Harris. Harris down the line. Looks like it's too hard, and it goes out for a throw-in.
Yeah.
They look out of sync.
I think he'd have had to be on a motorbike there to catch that.
So St. Louis now making a substitution. Mike Roach checking into the game. And that will be it for, who is that?
Number 5, I think.
Number 5, yeah.
5, is it, or 6?
Brian
5.
Siasoka. 75th minute.
Who came in place of him?
Mike Roach,
number
16. Headed back in by Van Compernal. And it goes back to the keeper Pace. Koenig gives chase, but can't catch up to it. Evans with a header back in. Energy had a chance. Still have the numbers up. Thomas quickly tries to get into the middle.
That looked like a foul to me. 2
players go down. No call as we play on. And St. Louis will let it go out. Evans over to Hedrick. And now to Michael Thomas. Tries to play it long. No one there. And St. Louis works it down the wing, and this one will go out for a throw-in. And Cyprian Hedrick will let Michael Thomas come back and
got to go. Look, he's stole about 50 yards there again.
And he did it again.
Yeah, he did. He just went back and come forward again.
Knocked out by the Energy. It will be a St. Louis throw-in, and I believe there will be a substitution for Oklahoma City. And Van Compernal will come out. I believe Daniel Gonzalez will check in. And so Gonzalez will move up. So now you're definitely playing, Mo, with only 3.
Yeah.
Oh, Peter Toth came in, not Daniel Gonzalez. Sorry about that. So Peter Toth came in. So now Michael Thomas, Cyprian Hedrick, and Michael Harris are the 3 backs. So Jimmy Nilsson needs some offense here as we now are into the final 15. St. Louis up 2-1. Energy needs to show some energy here in the final 15. Working the middle of the field. Evans with it. Plays it back to Harris. Nice little nifty move down the line. But cleared out by St. Louis right to the middle of the field. Here's Toth with it, and his first touch is out of bounds for a goal kick.
I couldn't see what he was trying to do there, Peter Toth.
What could you do with more energy, more strength, more health? Mercy can help you do more of what you love. Go to mercy.net/performance to learn how. Mercy, official medical provider of Energy FC. 78th minute from Oklahoma City. 2-1 St. Louis. Looking to win their second game this season. And here's a long shot from near midfield.
Straight into the VIP tent.
Not our VIP tent.
No, the next one to it.
Here is Hedrick. Still.
They're certainly very disciplined, the St. Louis team. They're getting back. Everyone's getting back goal side. They're very difficult to break down.
Here's a quick throw in by the Energy, but now they'll slow up. Actually, no, they'll take it in. And here's a nice play into the box, but kicked out for another throw in by St. Louis. And now they're going to let Michael Harris come over and take the long throw. Everyone in the box except for Hedrick.
They've just left one against one at the back here.
They also have another player just outside the arc. So here's the flip throw, lined in there, headed out by St. Louis. Right back at Harris. And a shot. And Pace will keep it in and knocks it down. And keeps it at his feet. And will make the Energy come play it. 10 minutes to go. We will have some substantial stoppage time due to the injury by Jamil Hardware. Ball up into the air. Hedrick with a touch on it. Ball comes up. And out to the far side. Here's St. Louis with a chance. Sends it across. And knocked down by Lynch, but Evan Newton right there. And Omar Daly trying to run with it, but it's knocked out. Actually went out before St. Louis touched it. It'll be a throw in for St. Louis. Evan Newton all the way out, and he's able to corral it. Quickly out to Michael Thomas, who has a lot of green in front of him. Switch fields to Harris, whose pass is taken away, yes. Evans, his pass right at a player in white.
We're giving it away far too easy, far too easy.
St. Louis with the numbers down to Lynch. He'll let it go to the corner. And nice defense that time by Hedrick, and a shove to the face by Lynch, and I believe that's going to bring out the red card. Yes, it does. Jeremy Lynch has been dismissed from the game for a red card for a push to the face to Cyprian Hedrick.
Will they show that again? Can we get the rerun? Sorry? To who?
So Lynch.
Has he sent Cyprian?
A red card to Cyprian Hedrick as well.
Why?
So a double red.
Why does he give him a red?
Cyprian Hedrick and Jeremy Lynch with red cards. So now we're even again.
And then, so he's given 2 red cards out, and it's ended up with a free kick to Energy. That would need some explaining.
Unless the AR saw something that Cyprian did before.
Well, that's the only explanation you can come up with, yeah.
Because the AR was right there. Obviously, there was a push to the face by Jeremy Lynch, but we don't know what Hedrick did. So now more stoppage time will be added after this lengthy delay. So now each team down to 10 men. for the final 8 minutes. And again, like we talked about, Mo, this game's kind of turned ugly.
Yeah, it's there's been no patterns of the game, and to be fair, we've been fairly poor from after the first goal. We really didn't take the game to them, and we let them get at us, and they been rewarded for it.
First red card of the season for the Energy. Here's a chance for the Energy, and knocked away by St. Louis. Let's see if the Energy can push here in the final 7 minutes, plus stoppage. 2-1 St. Louis with the lead, and they'll knock it out for a throw-in deep down into the corner.
It can go anywhere now. They'll be quite happy just to play out the time.
So no one back now for the Energy. You see the deepest man is about 45 yards out. Actually, it's going to be a substitution. And play is going on. The Energy's subbing.
Why are they subbing when the plays goes on? I didn't think they could do that.
Well, the referee obviously some miscommunication with the fourth official. So here is Daniel Gonzalez, and he replaces Chuy Sanchez. Long throw into the box, still loose. Shot is blocked. Michael Harris. Long pass into the corner. Sent across. And right there is Mark Pace as he hauls it in.
Took that well.
'85th minute. I'd say, Mo, 4 or 5 minutes of stoppage time.
Yeah, I'd have thought at least that.
Minimum?
Yeah, I'd have thought 4 or 5. But yeah, I think you're spot on, Jack.
Ball is loose. And St. Louis clears it out. They've moved Evans back defensively with Cyprian Hedrick now dismissed from the game.
The only thing they could do, really, because with Jacob Capanol already out. I mean, it's the only other centre back they've got.
Yeah, they had no other defensive player back left. St. Louis working it near touch line.
Go wide.
Nice tackle by Omar Daly. And his pass comes all the way over in front of the bench and right at Jimmy Nilsson, and he's very frustrated, you could tell. And now a substitution for St. Louis, and they'll take their time on this substitution. Who is this? Mike Ambersley looks like will be the one leaving. And Charles Rinkin is into the game. Ball goes out, another throw in for St. Louis. Long throw. Evans giving chase into the corner, and we'll keep it in for a throw in, but it does go out. And St. Louis taking their time here in the 87th minute. Go-ahead goal by Mike Ambersley, putting St. Louis up 2-1 late in the first half. Energy trying to clear it out. Here is Gonzalez. Up to Omar Daly. Daly runs with it across midfield. And knocks it off of a St. Louis player out of bounds for a throw-in.
I thought that was a foul there. He just runs straight into him. Referee's 5 yards away. Amazing.
Long throw by Michael Harris here, Mo.
Oh, I'd rather see Campanole do his throws, but yeah, if it's the...
There it is, into the box, top of the 6, and headed out.
Corner? No?
And they're going to say went off of Oklahoma City. It'll be a goal kick. We're late into this one, 88th minute. St. Louis with a 2-1 lead, trying to sneak one away from Oklahoma City, who started this game off so well. And then St. Louis just roared back with 2 goals late in the first half and has played well defensively here in the second. Energy, I'm not sure, Mo, if the Energy have really actually had a shot here in the second half.
No,
a good one.
Can't recall it.
St. Louis, of course, taking their time getting the ball in. Trying to work it out.
It's got to be
a couple
foul
players
there.
go down.
The 16's been putting some stick about, I tell you. And getting away with it.
Headed out to the far side to Townsend. Comes over to Evans. And Evans switches field looking for Omar Daly. But right there, St. Louis. And it's knocked out by Michael Harris, a throw-in for St. Louis. And they will definitely take their time here with a minute left in full time until stoppage time. Knocked out, and it will be Oklahoma City ball.
See, now that's a booking.
And that should be a booking, yes. And it is. Really a silly foul or silly yellow card that
silly
time.
Silly yellow card that, because they've got their time, and it's crazy. Especially
when you have ball boys, ball girls all around the field.
Yeah, it's going to save 2 seconds.
Yeah. Energy will need a late one here to tie it up. Too hard by Evans, and Pace right there. Let's see how much stoppage time we will have as we're coming up on.
What's he holding up?
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Yep. So we are in stoppage time now. There will be a minimum of 4 minutes, and knocked out by the Energy. It'll be a throw-in for St. Louis. We'll have our man of the match on the field after the game. Josh Evans downstairs. Here's St. Louis working the right side. They will going to take it to the corner. No, they'll take it to the edge of the box. Nothing there. Nice defense that time by Michael Harris. Double teamed and able to get it away, and there is Gareth Evans. Michael Thomas. 3 minutes left to go in stoppage time. Here's a chance, sends it across. Who's there? And no one can get their head on it. Still with possession. Top of the box. Here's Toth. To the far side to Townsend. Back to him. Sends it across. Top of the 6 and right at the keeper Pace.
Took it very comfortably, didn't he?
Four minutes of stoppage time will be in this game, and we are a minute and a half in.
Yeah.
Ball comes back to Newton. 2-1 St. Louis. Omar Daly can't control it, but it went out off of St. Louis. And Michael Harris will come down with a long throw again. Just
they're throwing caution to the wind here.
Yes.
Everyone's up. Got to get something out of this.
Long, high throw in the air. Ball bounces in the box. The shot just over the crossbar.
I'm not so sure he didn't touch that, the keeper.
Referee is right there. They're saying he didn't, so it'll be a goal kick for St. Louis.
We can't see that.
45 seconds left. No replay.
Yeah.
And a substitution for
Yeah, they're going to
St.
kill.
Louis,
They're going to kill time now.
This will be, I believe, Patrick Doobie or Chad Vandergriff. And it's going to be Vandergriff for the final 45 seconds. Not going to be much. That's really just a time killer. And St. Louis looks like they're going to come away with their second victory of the season. In the middle, Kyle Gregg goes down. Energy with a nice play. Somehow they win it. Here is Koenig, and he can't get to it in time, and it's cleared out for a throw-in.
Yeah, very disappointing, Danny Koenig today, isn't it? He's nothing's come off for him, and he just hasn't had any balls in front of him to hit on target.
About 30 seconds left. Ball lined in there. And cleared out by St. Louis. The fans wanting something. Maybe a handball. Very difficult to see. And Evan Newton all the way out. They have about 20 seconds. One more shot for the Energy. Down 2-1. Michael Thomas into the box. Kyle Gregg. And he can't get to it. Header not strong enough, and cleared out by St. Louis. And now we are We are it, and that is it.
That's it.
Yep.
Very disappointing.
And St. Louis comes into Taft Stadium and pulls out a 2-1 victory over Oklahoma City. And they even their record at 2 wins and 2 losses, while the Energy fall to 2 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw after this disappointing loss here at home tonight. Chewy Sanchez is our man of the match tonight for his goal. And I'm not sure if Josh Evans has him or not. Hopefully Josh Evans is down there with our man of the match. Trying to find Josh. Again, St. Louis comes in with a 2-1 victory tonight. And Josh Evans is with Chewy Sanchez.
And now let's toss it down to Josh Evans with tonight's man of the match, Chewy Sanchez.
All right, thank you, Josh. The Energy lose it tonight by a final of 2-1. And Mo, let's wrap up this game. Again, a good start for the Energy. Couldn't maintain that momentum, and St. Louis really took over about the 30-minute mark on.
Yeah, very disappointing. I thought that for the first 15, 20 minutes we looked, he was on fire. And then suddenly we just seemed to drain of all energy. And St. Louis just took over the game and looked as though they wanted to win the game, and we didn't. And I thought they were first to the ball every time. Every tackle we went into, we lost. I just felt that it was a very disappointing performance tonight. Very disappointing.
Energy on the road Friday at Austin, Texas against the Austin Aztecs. Their next home game will be May 9th against Los Angeles. We'll be on the air at 7 o'clock with the game right here on Energy FC TV. Thanks for watching, everyone, tonight. The final score from Oklahoma City, it's St. Louis FC 2 and Oklahoma City Energy 1. Have a great night, everyone.